Okay, Shalom Akim, Kahalayim Na Yahaba Shem Yashab Hashem Kodash, double on Instagrams and apostles, Thadi Yashab Brak the Yashab. This is the part 2 to the other video, which I named something along the lines of Esau's progressing fast with his tool, something along those lines. But this is the part 2 to that other video about Esau's progression with his the chip, the obviously Neuralink, as you can see here, as well as pretty much really with his B system ultimately. So this is just the part 2. I'll play a little bit and then I'll bring out some precepts and make some points from there as well.
Cursor control would get even better. I also can do what we call like body mapping. This one is like right arm pushes. So you'll see like a right arm on screen and I will follow the visual to map what my intention is and they tell me what they want me to do basically.
Just as a recap as well, previous video I was talking about the fact that spiritual, how he named the chip Eve, and that precept in Ecclesiasticus or Sirach chapter 25 and 24 about through her we all die. Through the chip, majority of Israelites are going to die. 2/3 are going to die. Heathens are going to die as well. But of course, we're concerned about our own people here. Really, what we're really concerned about is really the elect of Yahweh Hashem Yashai gathering them, which is all by Yahweh Hashem Yashai as well. And here, as you can, I don't know if you heard him previously, but really what he's doing here is through the chip, when he visualizes his right arm moving, as it says here in the neural activity for your hand and arm, when he visualizes his right arm moving, as it says here, that's the action right there, right arm pushes. As he's visualizing it, all that is then gets translated into data and then helps to train, the configuration, which is pretty much to be more in sync with the chip. So that's pretty much what's happening here, man. That's why I said Esau is flipping very, very fast. He has fast progression in the tool that he's gonna implement upon majority of people upon this earth, man. Of course, Babylon as well. They're gonna suffer it the most. But the point is, it's gonna be worldwide. This chip here, man. No man can buy or sell. So let me continue on.
And I'm doing it, and so they know what certain neurons are like firing and being mapped to certain parts of, like certain intentions, parts of my brain. So that's pretty cool. I do that a lot. I think right now we're working on like some handwriting stuff or like finger spelling, like sign language, which is pretty cool. Then I have this research tab, which is one of my favorite things to do. This is one of the games that we use as a benchmark across all, BCI. This is WebGrid. It's one of my favorite games to play. They are surprised at how much I sit around and do this just on my own. It is addicting. This number over here will climb as I get more targets for every minute. This is basically, see the red when I miss. This is basically how we test if the model is very good. This number goes up basically as high as we want it to, but I think
they're constantly testing, improving, testing, optimizing, making the flipping sync between the brain and the chip better. All of this is really just to entice people, kind of like the way you see a movie trailer for something, or you see like a trailer for a video game, or like maybe like an ice cream van or something, or a restaurant. Basically something of which would attract someone's eyes. All this data here, all this improvement is to actually make people see the objective value of it, which really is just deception. We went to lying wonders in the other video. I think it's 1 Thessalonians 2 and 8, either 1st or 2nd Thessalonians 2 verse 8. I think it's 1 Thessalonians 2 and 8. But the point is, with these lying wonders, he will use it to deceive. People will think that is valuable, but at the end of the day, they do not know their latter end, which is Revelation 16. I'm going to get that eventually as well. If I'll get it now, then I'll go back to the video. I've got another point to make too. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I gotta get this precept as well, but let me get Actually, let me just get Revelation 16 first. Then I'll get the Matthew 6 and 34. So this is Revelation 16. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna read verse 1 and verse 16. So Revelation 16, verse 1 to 2. Revelation 16 and 1. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seven angels, go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of the Most High Yahweh upon the earth. So judgment season, man. Verse 2. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. You know, the system, of course, the mark of the beast as well, being the microchip implant. There, I said it. You know, but yeah, that Neuralink chip, that's part of it. DARPA chip is also part of it too. And first went the poor. Oh, yeah. So okay, I'll just read verse 2, which is the main part. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon men. So really, let me actually get the definitions again, because I know noisome and grievous goes into like painful and smelly. You know, first time when I researched those words, noisome probably goes into painful, maybe. Let me see first, because I know either one of those words means painful or smelly, either one of them. Let's see. So this is noisome. It says of a bad nature, not such as it ought to be, of mode of thinking, feeling, acting, base, wrong, wicked, troublesome. So troublesome, injurious, pernicious, destructive, baneful. So of course, really, that means noisome is referring to the painful part of taking the mark, man. They're going to be experiencing pain. So that's noisome. You know, you got the word there saying kakos.
Strong's G 2556. Kakas. Kakas.
Yeah, kakos. And then grievous, poneros. Yeah, the real word right there.
Strong's G 4190. Paneras. Paneras.
That's the Greek word right there. But going to the point, the meaning of grievous. It says full of labors, annoyances, hardships, pressed, harassed by labors, bringing toils, annoyances, perils of a time full of peril and Christian fear. Okay, bad nature, physical sense, diseased or blind. Hold on. Let me actually get the Google definition first. Let me get a Google definition. Definition of noisome. Because I got the meaning from the Google definition at some point. So no, this is based on the scripture of Revelation 16 verse 2. You know, just to catch you guys up. So Revelation 16 and 2, and then the key word is noisome. That's the definition of it. It says having or extremely offensive smell. So oh yeah, that's pretty much what it means. When that time comes where people take the chip, after that certain period of time, which Yahweh Shemiasha, of course, you know, all the guys who are destined to take the chip have taken it, then, you know, they've had it for whatever amount of time Yahweh Shemiasha wills, you know, for the Father's will to happen, for them to have the chip for. You know, during that season, we're going to be having to endure affliction as well, and, you know, just endure just having to be here for the time being and praying to Yahweh Shemiasha to speed up I think the burning of Babylon, and as well as to speed up the salvation, Yahweh Hashem Yasharatazah, you know, during that time of Jacob's trouble. But the point is, we're going to be cool anyways, because, you know, you can read Job 5, verse 19 to 22, we're going to be cool. But Salaki, let me get to the point. Noisome, the definition of noisome means having an extremely offensive smell. So just know, just from this definition alone, you just know that people are going to have a distinct smell on them. You know the way let's say a dog was rolling in mud, or let's say if a baby shit themselves, that distinct smell there'll be something. I'm not saying that people are gonna smell like shit, but they will, in a metaphorical sense. But I feel obviously the Rocky Albashim Yashai, the smell will be very awful and distinct. You will know from the smell that okay, yep, this guy definitely took the chip, man. This guy definitely took the chip, and those with spiritual eyes will know. As it says, a noisome and grievous sore. Or yeah, actually grievous as well. I think grievous was the word talking about painful, something that's painful. Grievous. Grievous.
Grievous.
Yeah, that's how you say it. Grievous. So what grievous means, it says very severe or serious. So if it says a noisome and grievous sore, it says it's going to be a smelly sore, noisome, and it's going to be a painful sore, a severe and serious sore. Something that's severe and serious is going to be something of which they can't really remove their minds from it, man. When there's a pain of which you're feeling, then you can't really remove your mind from it. For example, let's say injury from I don't know if you brothers remember back in your day, like you may have done athletics, and you may have got like a toe injury or something, or something in the knee. That type of pain. If you have experienced it, it's something that you can't really remove from your mind, man, until it's healed. So that's the way it's gonna be for these people who take the chip, man. You take the Dawn, you take the Dawn Neuralink chip, and then the chip that's gonna be placed in the right arm as well. Right, let me get back to this. So Revelation 16 and 2, that was the key part I was just searching up there. Noisome, and then you got grievous as well. And you got grievous right there. Anyways, so those who serve Esau Edom, they're gonna be done for. Now, let me play this because I said I wanted to get another preset, but I was going deep into that one.
I think I use like a 35 is like the highest we go. Anything over than that isn't super great. The targets are pretty small. But yeah, so I will do this and I'll play it for hours at a time sometimes. This is actually how BCI is evaluated across all people. This is what the scientific community uses. In
case you don't know, BCI stands for Brain Computer Interface, which is what this Neuralink chip is. That man, Esau's going to use a whole load of ways to entice people for this thing, man. That's why I've got to be rooted in the scriptures, man, in Yahweh Shim Yahshai. One of the brothers also mentioned at camp as well about watching the videos on the MOTB2. Because the thing is, as you increase the frequency, of course, the more alert you'll be in a thing, being aware of the mark of the beast on the information on the MOTB, the more alert you'll be, and of course, the more potent, the more prayerful you'll be to Yahweh Shemeshah to put that spirit upon you to say no, to reject that mark of the beast, man, to reject the MOTB, or the rock Yahweh Shemeshah. That's why we got to pray, man, because he's the one who instills the spirit within us to strengthen us to be against Esau Edom, to be against his chip, which is just a form of marking upon vessels upon this earth, man. Again, as I said in the previous video, who do you serve? That's the question of which everyone's going to answer, not verbally, but really by their spirit. If most I put a spirit within a two-third to take the mark, they're going to take the mark. And of course, the elect men of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the 144,000, the one-third, they're not going to take the mark, man. That's going to be another spirit. Because they're going to already have the mark of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Now, I don't mean just because you know the names Yahweh Yahushua that you're going to be saved. That's why we've got to pray for mercy, man. We've got to pray for mercy. We've got to pray to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua to bestow us that strong spirit within us. To resist, to reject Esau's mark. That's the point. And to rely on the faith, put our confidence in Yahweh Yahushua. Anyways, let's continue.
order to measure how good a given product or how good, those sorts of things are. People before the Neuralink were playing this game as well, and they had certain records in this game. I think that record was like 4 point something at that time. I think I broke that on my first day doing this, and then like every day after that, I broke it a couple more times. Right now, I'm up to, there's a numerical like progress to be made in all of this. It's super fun to just keep testing myself, to keep pushing. And yeah, I think 8 is not the best I can do. I think that is just where I'm at right now. Again, this model is not the best model I've ever had, and I could definitely do things that would make it better. And
One thing as well I wanted to mention as well is that what people have not considered too is with the chip implant, because of the fact that they've performed that surgery, the tissue, which for those who have studied biology, it's not talking about like hand tissue that you used to blow your nose, but I'm talking about like the let me just try and explain it. The order is, you got the, how can I explain this? Let's say the basic skin. You got the skin, and under the skin you got tissues which form together to form the skin. Then from the tissues you got cells that form the tissues. The cells are all like the smallest unit of the body. And upper level you got tissues. So that's just a basic understanding there in a biological sense. So what I'm trying to say is the tissues, when they drill a hole in the skull, because that's what they're doing, and then they put that implant, to connect with the flesh of the brain, the tissues of the brain as well. Thing is, the tissues around that metallic device, the Neuralink chip, over time, this is what people don't really know. I think I even mentioned this in a video some time ago. But the tissues around that chip would become scar tissue. And scar tissue is basically tissue of which takes, if not, it pretty much stays there for a very long time. Like, I'm talking about probably years, decades. You know, it probably takes a very, 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 very long time to heal. If anything, if it be Yahweh Shimi Asa's will, that you can heal from scar tissue. That's because them. What I'm trying to say is scar tissues are very hard to basically heal from, and of course, I'm speaking pretty much from experience here because I got a few on my body as well. But anyways, the point is that this Neuralink chip will form scar tissue around the skull, which means that can have other implications too. If you were to think about it more deeply, scar tissue, and of course, as I said, man, there's many more implications. Just because it's not coming to mind right now, it don't mean there aren't any implications. But of course, the scar tissue there will pretty much be a more hardened part of the skull. And of course, with that Neuralink chip, oh, Salaki, now I remember, Thardia Shai. Another implication is that with that scar tissue, it could also be seen as a block for the wireless signals, because you got this symbol here, which means something that's wirelessly connected. With that scar tissue forming around his head, for instance, because that's going to come over time, man. Scar tissue will form, you know. By the time Revelation 16 and 2 hits, scar tissue will be forming on people's vessels. And that scar tissue as well will also be a hindrance to this wireless connection. And when there's a hindrance in the wireless connection, their chips are not going to work anymore. So just know, when that time comes, that, oh boy. But when that time comes, man, people are going to be regretting. That's what I'm trying to say. They're going to be regretting for sure. Let me get Matthew 6 and 24. Based on the idea of who do you serve? Do you serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushai? Do you serve Yahweh Wa Yahushai? Do you serve Yahweh and Yahushai? Or do you serve Esau Edom? And most people who are short-sighted, they will serve Esau Edom. The ones who do have true long-term vision, which goes into the vision into the kingdom of Yahushua being as rulers, will know that Esau's kingdom is simply temporary and will fall. It's destined to fall. It's certain to fall. We are confident in that statement. We won't diminish from that statement either way. Because, as the scripture said, though it tarry, wait for it. And we're seeing the signs clearly, man. I'm making a video based on the Neuralink chip. They're making fast progress with this thing. Yeah. Heads up for 2024, 2025, Yahaboshim Yoshara Tazar. You know, imagine November, by November 2025, man, this thing could easily be something which people be lining up for. 2024, I remember people were saying, Elon Musk was saying that they want to start the trials. That's what I'm saying. Imagine November 2025. This time, people could easily be lining up for those things, man. They say they want to start with the disabled and the sick ones. That's just to perform the lying wonders. You know, Esau's gonna try and make people walk through the darn chip. They're gonna try and heal the blind with the chip. Yeah, these things can happen. Lying wonders to deceive. But the point is, it will be a lock on the souls to be destined for destruction, man. When they take that chip. Anyways, Matthew 6:34, something like that. Something else. Hold on. Matthew 6:34 was it something else? Actually, no, there were some that were linked with it. Anyways, I'm gonna read it. Matthew 6:34. Take therefore no thought for the morrow. For the morrow, meaning tomorrow, in terms of the next few months or something. But really, you could take it literally as tomorrow, during the time of Jacob's trouble. This is far more potent. Anyways, take therefore no thought for the morrow shall take thought of things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. So, of course, when you also break it down as well, it says, because people in this time, linking back to the chip, they're going to think that, okay, because we're not just talking about the chip here, we're also talking about the chaos that's going to be happening around about. The famines, the pestilences, bird flu, that's one thing that's coming up right now. Entering beef, apparently. So I know there was a brother's video. I don't know. I think his channel's name is GMS Awakening 144, something like that. And the point is that they could use leverage of this bird flu fear mongering as well, or the pestilence that Yahweh Shem Yahshua has allowed Esau to create, to then make the famine come in, man. All Darak Yahweh Shem Yahshua's will to play out. The famines to come. So through these famines as well, that's going to be one form of pressure. Another form of pressure is the pestilences. The pestilences which would just be making people fearful, and fear as well in terms of over negativity, unnecessary things. The thing is, when I say unnecessary things, I'm talking about the things of the world. Because fear can induce stress, and that stress can lower the immune system, which will make them think that, oh, they're getting affected by the virus as well. That's something certain people realize during the first test run. That wasn't really the first. You had the other ones like in the 90s and whatnot. But let's say the test run of 2020, 2021, and 2022. So the point is, really, because of the famine and pestilences as well, people would be taking thought about tomorrow, worrying that, oh no, how we gonna eat? How we gonna pay bills? Just because of that, they would then say, oh look, Esau's providing a darn chip to provide safety. No, that's the delusion right there. That's why it says sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof as well. Because of that thought process, that would then lead people to take the chip as well, man. Because they want to have that abundance and to keep it there as well. The mind frame of which we should be in is that, wherever Yahweh Shem Yahshua has provided us, we say Thawda Yahweh, Thawda Yahweh Shai. As well as saying Thawda Yahweh, Thawda Yahweh Shai as well, we pray for him to provide for us. And the thing is, look, hold on, because it says that for the morrow shall take thought of the things of itself. So of course, let tomorrow take care of the things of itself. So we take care of our daily bread. That's the point. But there was also something as well for encouragement. Got to bring the balance here. That despite this famine going on, we're going to be cool, as I said before, man. We're going to be cool. So of course, people wanting to be, abundant, that's where the evil comes, man. Especially that evil you can also perceive as that chip as well, because of the fact that they want to be sufficient. They will then see their minds will then lead to the chip. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyways, but the point is, we don't need to worry about that. Yahweh Shem Yashai will provide us sufficient food to eat in that time, man. He will provide us food of which will make us satisfied as well. That's why it says here in Job 5 and 22, at destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. And there was another precept as well. And imagine, man, you gotta be in a state where you're gonna be laughing during famine and destruction. It means we're gonna be fed. That's precepts there. It's basically saying, it's indirectly saying we're gonna be cool. We're gonna be fed. Because of course the point is if we're eating and everyone else is obviously suffering, it means that we're gonna be able to laugh anyways, man, because we're in a content state that's allowing us to laugh. And that's through Yahushua who supports us. All right, let's see. If it ain't 63, then it's probably 64. Yeah, 64. Right. Hold on, what's going on here? That boy, beautiful house. Da, da, da. Let me go back again. Eastern Valley. Da, 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 da. What was it again? Means this one don't have it. Anyway, so okay. Let me get back to the video, but let me check something at the same time. Oh, okay, so it's 65. All right. Before I get back to the video. Right. From verse 13 to about 14. So Isaiah 65 and 13, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. So as I said, man, link to Job 5 and 22, thou shalt laugh during famine and destruction. That directly links with Isaiah 65 and 13, where we're going to eat when they're going to be hungry. That's all about 2/3, as well as, heathens and whatnot, out there in the society. Behold, my servant shall drink. We're going to be able to drink water. Who knows, even Arky might even be able to drink some apple juice in that day as well, man. Apple juice or some kind of lychee juice. Because, I know brothers have had dreams. There was a testimony some time ago of which a brother was in a dream. He was walking about pretty much as a pilgrim, roughly trying to phrase this dream, but I know vividly what happened, or, to a good degree. So he was walking about. Then he came across this place, and there was a fridge. Then in that fridge, he opened it. There was a whole stack of cold bowls, man. And I'm not talking about some yayan or some flipping drink of which, like, some beer. No, these were like juices, man. Like like orange juice, apple juice, but in like glass bowls. Them type of drinks. So in that time to come, Yahweh Shem Yashai could direct your spirit to a house where Edomites who would have stocked up like on a whole load but had to leave or died, then Yahweh Shimi Ashara has reserved that for you, man. And then, you use that for the certain proportion of time that he allows you to use it for. And on to the next one, man. That's the way Yahweh Shimi Ashara will look after us. That's one thing. Another thing as well, certain brothers are going to have spiritual power to also manifest food that are nothing, out of the air, the mere air. All three Yahweh Shimi Ashara, man, As a, that's why we've got to raise our faith, man. All according to the faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, we're going to be able to do these things. My brothers are going to be able to manifest food out of nothing. We're going to be able to be guided in the spirit to places of which already has food stocked up as well. So, this is why I always got to constantly pray to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And, with these things that we know, man, with the knowledge we've been blessed with, it's a no-brainer why we should reject Esau and then keep our trust and faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. There's actually no need. Like, it's a no-brainer, constantly meditating upon the precepts. Psalms 119 verse 4 talks about that, or states that. Anyways, man, let me get back to the video. But the point is, we shouldn't be fearful of Esau, Edom trying to threaten us just because of food, just because of water. The Most High said we're going to eat and drink. Notice how it didn't say how. Notice how it didn't say how. That's when our faith in Yahweh Yahushua kicks in. Just because we don't understand how doesn't mean that it won't happen. It will happen. And as I said, man, it could be in a variety of ways. An angel could come up, provide you food, probably tap you on the shoulder without you seeing the angel, then drop the food behind you. Then when you turn, you just see the bowl, bowl of watermelons or bowl of rice and stew. Man, we're gonna walk into some beautiful times, man. Anyways, these are the meditations that we should have. Can't be relying carnally on carnal understanding. That's the way the spirit works. You don't have to always understand it. You just know that it's gonna happen either way. That's the level of faith that we're gonna get, that we are in. To really, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua is training up our faith to get to the point where we just know it's gonna happen. We expect it to happen. Of course, all under the humility and under Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, who protects us and preserves our spirit. We're just gonna expect it, man. Because we've been doing the righteous works under the mercy of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. Anyways, let's continue.
I'm sure if I did that, I would be able to break the record again, maybe even this coming week. And who knows, maybe the people that come after me will break it on day one as well. That would be awesome. I would not mind that at all. Then we go into this gaming tab over here, which is pretty cool. This is how it's what they're working on right now and how I am going to be able to play games on different devices. So right now we were using it to play Mario Kart. When I played Mario Kart in the video that I'm sure most of y'all have seen, it was a bit different. They're trying to give me complete control of it now. That was more assisted
Trade in for Pixel 8a. Get the phone with Google AI for less.
with their help. Now they're making this whole thing for me, and I will be able to connect to games on my own and play as much as I want, which I am very grateful for because that's going to be awesome. So yeah, this is the Link app. It's pretty cool. I think it is going to keep getting better. We are continuing to learn things and continuing to improve. There are constant updates to this, and it can only get better, honestly. So yeah, let's move on a bit. This is basically what I can do on a daily basis as far as like what I do in my off time when I'm just kind of waiting around. I will come and play this. I'll play this over here. This is the snake game. It is a lot of fun. I will just sit here and, just play around for a while. It is not easy. I'm really bad at it, actually. It's not something that I do because I'm super good. It's something I do because it lets me, as far as that goes, and it's only going to keep getting better. This is a game I'm playing actually right now with one of the Neuralink employees. He's been kicking my butt generally, so it's cool that I can come on here and, play with him whenever I want. I don't know what I'm going to do in this game. I think he's going to kick my butt, honestly.
And speaking of games as well, that's one aspect they'll use to tempt the younger individuals as well, man. Talking about teenagers up to early 20s, mid 20s. They're going to have a way to target each age group anyways, man. That's why I've got to say, even just young brothers in this truth, man. I myself, being only 21, I'm still a very young. I'm a young vessel, and I'm also very young in the spirit as well, man. So in terms of the years in this truth as well, I only came around 2020, man. That's why, thought of Shah for preserving my spirit, and that's the type of attitude we should have as young brothers, that we've been brought into this truth, man. Because there's a lot of young people out there of whom are still dwelling in their folly, going on TikTok, playing video games, being oblivious to what's going on in society right now. Some people just living day-to-day life, not even knowing that World War III is just around the corner. Some people also living day-to-day life without realizing that this chip is just around the corner as well. People's lives will change instantly, and it will be a shock to them. That's why I've got to say Thawdiyah Shai for the insight that we've been given and the time to also prepare and increase our faith and fear in Yahweh Bashim Shai. So yeah, as I said, man, games are going to be a way to entice people to take this chip.
Is probably going to pull this game and tear it apart. They already have been. I know that I'm not very good. No need to tell me twice. Let's see what else. I don't know if you guys can tell.
With Google Workspace, Calendar lets you share your latest availability. So
Also, reading right now. I'm using this to read. Reading Sherlock Holmes right now, I guess. I was reading MASH before, I think last time, and now I'm doing this. So, all that said and done, I think I can show you guys a little bit of a game. This is probably something that I will be doing in the future if anyone is.
Notice how OCDs are just spiritual science here. You know that if brothers have the eye for, they will notice it. Well, notice how the game is called Civilization 6. And you know how the number 6 also represents Esau Eden. And then remember in the previous video that I made where earlier on, so that's 12 minutes. Earlier on in the intro, there was what was it? There was like a 6 as well in the hand
It's
signal.
before I was having to do this in the most suboptimal way, I think, in the world. So I sit here and play this kind of non-stop sometimes. There's nothing bad that I can say about this whole process. Now, and this has given me a learning what my brain signals, like learning to map my brain signals. They're trying to give me complete control of it now. This is where I go for all sorts of things. This is Eve, my implant. It's already changed my life as far as that goes, and it's only going to keep getting better.
Yeah,
The
right
link
there,
app.
right there. That hand signal, I don't know. Hold on. Try to get to the right part.
My brain signals.
I forget, man. But the point is that hand signal right there, man. The hand signal for the 666. That's one sign. Then you got another one here of the game called
Also,
Civilization 6
reading
as well.
that said and done, I think I can show you guys a little bit of a game.
Yeah, right there, man. Civilization 6. If you really wanna again dive even deeper into it, is really you could perceive it as the type of civilization, for the specific word there that Esau Eden wants to create. One of which people really use the mark of the beast. 666 being representative of it as well. But yeah, man, that was just a little thing that I perceived right there. You got a hand signal 666, and then you got this game called Civilization 6, which of course you can perceive it as a link again to the society that Esau Eden wants to create, being based on the mark of the beast. But anyways, man, for you bros who can understand it,
It's probably something that
for those who can understand, let him understand in it. Let's see if there's anything else.
not much else to it.
No. I mean, that's pretty much the point, Arkim. See if I can get a few more precepts before I close out. But they're moving fast. They are moving fast. Let's see this. Luke 12 and 51. So Luke 12 and 51. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth. I tell you, nay, but rather division. Nay, meaning no. Yahushua has come to bring separation upon earth. First of all, with the elect 144,000, and of course with the 1/3, and to separate them from the 2/3. This is going into Zechariah 13 and verse 8 and verse 9. Of course, with that separation there, part of that separation will be, of course, made first of all with the names Yahweh, Yahushua, of which is how we gain salvation. And second of all, with the Esau playing his part with marking those of whom want to serve him. Now, what was that other precept I was gonna get? I was gonna get something. Okay, I thought sure. So Matthew 4 and 4. But he answered and said, It is written, Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High Yahweh. And that's via the scriptures. That's how we live. So yeah, man, anyways, that's really the point right there. So Shalom, Kal Halalim La Yahweh Bashem Yashab Bashem Kal Kudash, double on the screamers and apostles. And yeah, Shalom once more. Yara Tazor, you're edified as well.